Welcome back. You're watching The Full View. Special needs children from George in the Southern Cape have been prevented from attending their weekly equi-therapy lessons since January. Well, this involves interacting with horses, but now the private landowners have locked the gates on what neighbours say is a public servitude road. The sheriff of the court had to step in recently.
Neighbours has provided equi-therapy to special needs children for many years. The organisation recently moved premises, but due to limited access, many of the children were unable to attend their lessons.
My special needs children had to access what essentially is a farm track that is used by tractors. It has meant that my wheelchair-bound children and my children on crutches and my children who need walkers to get around have been unable to come for equi-therapy since January.
Hulle vorm 'n band.
They form a bond with the horses, and the horses are so wonderful with the kids. So the children were very sad. It wasn't good for them, and it wasn't nice for me to see the disappointment on their faces when they couldn't go horse riding.
A few years ago, new landowners set up an automated gate as well as another steel gate. This meant that others living in the area, including farm workers, had to make a 12-kilometer detour to get to town. It resulted in an ongoing feud and costly legal battles between the neighbours.
The police stopped patrolling the area because they had to now get out and open two gates. We gave the police the code and we gave the neighbourhood watch the codes. They don't live here, okay? We live here. So they're putting us at risk because now the patrols have stopped. If there's an emergency, no one can get through because the top gate lock was forever jammed. You couldn't open it in a hurry.
Lawan finally resorted to an order to regain access to the property. The sheriff of the court removed the steel gate, and she now has a remote to open the automated gate. But for those unable to afford such legal costs, the gate remains shut. The landowners could not be reached for comment. Tanya Krause, SABC News, Blanco in George.